very heavy dive comp, I feel like, from the side of UltraViolet here. So they need like if they get caught by that Fatal Lynx, it could definitely spell victory for Black Bulls. But we are jumping in to game 2 of the final series of the night. Will Black Bulls take this here and give us another 2-0 sweep, or will UltraViolet help us go the long haul?
Let's see, man. If you want to see that best of 3 going all 3 games, this is it. This is it, right? UltraViolet, they need to do it here because this is the last match of the day, ladies and gentlemen. So again, a lot of stakes on this match to be the best as well. And obviously for the players here, they want to make it to the next round of NACT. They want to try to make it all the way, perhaps, to win it and get that qualifying position later in the M4 qualifiers, right? They're going to be able to get there. But for now, both teams very, very passive in the early stage. They don't really want to be too aggressive on the map. They know that BO3, he needs to farm a little bit, right? I'm not too sure about the clear speed of a Leomord in the jungle, because I personally haven't played this new Leomord in the jungle. The revamped Leomord I've tried in the XP lane, but in the jungle, not too sure. We're going to have to see here how fast he actually clears it. I don't think it's as fast as a Paquito, though.
Yeah, definitely not as fast as Paquito. I mean, back in the day, Leomord jungle wasn't completely out of possibilities, right? It was something that maybe you saw here and there. Right now, I don't think I've seen him in any competitive play in a long time. And yes, he had the revamp, but this is a bit of a risk. Yes, Black Bulls is ahead of game, so you can take that risk. But still, as you mentioned, if you lose this, you're not going to the next round. So Black Bulls putting a lot on the shoulders of Bommy right here. A little bit of a chain knock up. First blood will go to UltraViolet there, Mirko.
Uh-oh, but BO3 though, he's looking for re-engage now, jumping onto the members of UltraViolet, but they are able to back out. That enhanced sword, getting Mizu out of there. But look who has control over the neutral objective. Once again, it's Black Bulls, but UltraViolet this time, they want to contest for this here. You can already see Tony Problems going for the charge on the Torrent's Revenge, able to get a better position to open up this side of the map. But UltraViolet, they use so many of their resources over in that mid lane fight. It seems like, again, yeah, Black Bulls will be the ones to actually control this turtle. Sam QT doing a whole lot to distract and zone the members away, but that's going to be the retribution coming through to secure the turtle. They're looking for the re-engage here. Loaf is there. He has the Fatal Lynx. It's just going to force 23 Problems to flicker out, to disengage. And again, it's Black Bulls equalizing once again.
And, you know, I feel like that was a lot of wasted energy from UltraViolet there, right? Like, at that point, like, yes, you want to contest the turtle, but there was a moment there where I feel like, all right, we're not going to get this. Let's back off. Like, and that's the difference I see with some teams. Sometimes it's not a bad idea to just, like, forfeit it and get ahead somewhere else in the jungle. Maybe get to this gold lane before Black Bulls is there and try to get a pick. So UltraViolet a little bit behind Black Bulls, even though for a second I was worried about Bommy in that Phantom Steed, you know, because I see him just, like, run into the bounce ball, so that can definitely be a problem for him in some of these team fights. Loaf, though, coming down, Kale putting a bit of poke damage out. But yeah, I think UltraViolet does have a composition to deal with Black Bulls, but they're going to need to carry it through mechanically. They're going to need to make sure they control in this map and take the team fights the way they want them, and not just keep playing reactionary to Black Bulls.
Yeah. I agree here, but look at this. Both of these mid laners, Paul actually stole away the knockout strike, which is really interesting, but it is going to be Jeffney who gets caught out there. And it's the enhanced sword Mizu. He goes in onto 3 members trying to save the Paquito, but he will be the one to fall as Black Bulls find the 2-for-1 trade. They are going to be able to, UltraViolet are going to be able to get something done in that top side. They get almost in the entirety of that turret gold, but again, it's still Black Bulls here making the better decisions by going for these team fights when it matters, when they have the advantage. And even in the bottom side here, they're pressuring this Paul Point Cooper that should be winning in the lane. Now because of that poke, Kale QT will have a little bit more space to play with, and maybe can scale into that late game really, really easily. Riki-sama gets taken down. Just as I say it, they're not just enabling him, giving him space, but they're actually just trying to get Riki-sama as behind as possible. And BO3 just does so much damage. Mizu able to get away with the flame shot and the enhanced sword for a bit before BO3 comes in with the horse to just finish him off. Tyrant's Revenge and the rage right there to dish out the damage as well. And that's the Fatal Lynx comboing them through. Paul is still there with BO3. He gets the killing spree. Soda trying to look for compensation as he flickers all the way to the back line. But BO3 finds the double kill and gets the outplay. 3-1. That was the only that they lost.
Yeah, that is definitely rough. And look at, I mean, even this, you try to get a little bit of salvage there, but the Fatal Links locks on. And even when it looks like maybe Soda's gonna pull something off here, BO3 loses the steed, loses the Phantom Steed, and is just right behind him with that first skill, bursting him down so they get the turtle. We're at 3-8, 3,000 gold lead into the hands of Black Bulls right now. UltraViolet looking very similar to game one, falling behind a little more, a little more, a little more. Tyrant's Rage does come in on the low. Black Ball will be able to finish it. Mizu picks up the kill, Mirko. So UltraViolet finding something at least at the 5.5 minute mark.
Yeah, again, they are finding, they even in game number one, we see them getting the picks, actually, no problem, but the thing is the conversion. But here you go, KLQT can be targeted, the knockout strike does not connect, they will be able to find a turret off of that, but here it is, the re-engage coming in from BO3, going in for the Phantom Steed, will not be able to find anyone else. SamQT has actually rotated down below as well, but they don't choose to go for it. Again, this is a disciplined game that Black Bulls wants to play. If they lose out one member, it's fine. As you can see from the items, they're doing really well. Loaf goes in for the Fatal Links and it's comboed in there with the momentum coming through from BO3. So much damage being dished out and they find another pick onto Mizu.
Yeah, and this is the danger. This is the danger of having that big dive comp of, you know, all these melee fighters, all these people like this. Oh, Jeffy forced to run out of his own jungle. BO3 just dominating 4-0-4. This is his jungle now. I'm the captain. Definitely just showing presence over the map. I was a little worried about how Black Bulls was focusing in onto these towers. Ricky-sama may go down here in a tight position. Gonna be able to get away with a sliver of health, but you will lose your tower, UltraViolet.
4,000 gold lead, and they just keep on building. So they keep on building slowly, right? It feels like they've just been getting a few picks. 9 kills this is actually a low kill game today, right? From all the matches that we've seen, it's usually just very bloody, but the fact that they're just playing it really objectively is very interesting because they're taking it slow, they're suffocating their opponents, they're taking objectives slowly but surely, right? And BO3 is actually able to out-level Jeffy, who is on the Paquito here. So maybe this Leomord is viable. Maybe even perhaps meta in the jungle. Mizu is going to get caught. The Fatal Links brings him back over to BO3 with the Phantom Steed. Again, it's looking rougher and rougher as the game progresses for UltraViolet. 23 followers trying to look for compensation. Once again, he jumps in with a Tyrant's Rage. Is able to find 2 members, but the damage, once again, is not enough. BO3 dives under the turret. That might be too aggressive. Soda is there to provide some backup for UltraViolet. Jeffy jumps back in. Loaf going for the Phantom. The perfect slam there, but it is going to be Loaf who actually jumps in and re-engages for KLQT to come through. Soda going to be forced to back away as KLQT again there to follow it through. Amazing coordination here as KL got there at the right moment.
Yeah, I mean, UltraViolet does last out in the team fights, right? They are lasting out just a little bit, but they keep letting this gold gap get too far ahead. If they just could have kept it at an even pace, you know, to about this 8.5 minute mark, I feel like this is when UltraViolet does kind of flourish in some of these team fights, right? When they find that mid-game spike, they get some more items locked in, they do amazing. If they just weren't so far behind in gold, definitely something, whether they win or lose this game, it's something maybe to come back to the drawing board on, figure out how you can get yourself to this time in the game without falling so far behind. Black Bulls on the other end, you mentioned BO3, right? You mentioned how this Leomord jungle is doing very good, but I can't just give it a BO3. The rest of the team is setting him up so perfectly, just like that. A huge Fatal Links, 3 members do go down, 23 problems will be next, Mirko.
Oh my goodness! The Fatal Links connects onto there, and let's just take a look at the replay. My goodness gracious, what an engage from Loaf here. He goes in and he gets the Flicker Fatal Links combo straight onto 3, actually, not 4, but 23 problems falls as well because he was just caught in the midst of it all there. Again, with that 2 turrets and convert it over to a Lord for free. For Black Bulls.
That is so rough. And every time Loaf brings in that Fatal Links, BO3 is there. BO3's got his back. The Phantom Steed comes in, brings in damage, and then everything else just to unload after. Those 2 right now are a combo. I mean, Paul. Like we were worried about the Valentina, but right now, this Leomord and Atlas combo is just dominating UltraViolet. They put so much reliability into this dive comp that they have, and they are just getting decimated by Black Bulls right now. Can they survive this Lord Pusher? Will Black Bulls take it right here?
And the thing is, it's very frustrating, Trex, for UltraViolet because Black Bulls, they're playing the composition that basically UltraViolet were trying to make happen, to make work in the first game. And look at this, Loaf again with the perfect match, goes in, tries to look for that Fatal Links, forces a few flickers out, but it's actually the, oh my goodness, the Fatal Links once again finds two, and the collapse is there. Triple kill here from the side of Paul. He's looking for the maniac. Almost a Savage, but Kale, you gotta do it, buddy. You gotta take it, buddies. Savage. That's a wipeout for the Black Bulls as they take game number 2. Oh my god, again, it was like the calm before the storm, right? It was all so calm, it was all so chill, up until that last team fight where they got the Maniac out of nowhere, again, by the Atlas, enabled by the Atlas.
Paul must have heard me talking about how the Valentina wasn't doing a bunch. I was focusing too much on Bomby, focusing too much on Loaf. He's like, I got something for you, Trex. Pulls out the Maniac, last minute, a beautiful finish to the end. Yes, not a best of 3, not all the way, not the rubber band match, but Black Bulls definitely put on a great show there, Mirko.
You know, today I feel like it's just been the roamer day, man, right? Like all the roamers have been popping off. I mean, we saw it from even the roamers who've been losing, right? Like 23 problems, even was able to get a few fatal links in game number 1. Here, though, we can see Loaf on the Atlas, Lethal, TCC in the previous series, and Shark, obviously, on the Johnson, stealing the show and diving the base in the first match. But here it is, man. The post-match recap. You can see the damage dealt, mostly from Bomby. So, again, really interesting here. Leomord Jungle is a thing now.
Can we look at Loaf's team fight participation right now? 100%.
Oh.
I'm there. I'm there. Every